homelessness. He's overseas on his environmental campaigns. There are lots of questions from this film, and I'd just be interested to know, royal correspondents who have that access.
Okay,
are those questions being raised?
I'd like to bring in Jenny Bond, who is a broadcaster and was a BBC royal correspondent. Hello, Jenny. Thank you for coming on the programme. I wonder what you think of what Alistair Jackson's been saying, what your reaction to these findings is.
Well, I thought it was a very powerful, comprehensive piece of work, and I was shocked. I've been on this beat for 36 years, but I was really shocked by some of the findings. And I was also extremely surprised that I wasn't flooded with requests, because normally when a royal story breaks I am, and that it wasn't big news.
Do you think this kind of scoop could have come from a royal correspondent? I mean, I imagine conspiracy theorists might say, people can't do this because, I'd be just looking today. People have been getting interviews with Prince William today because of the Earthshot Prize. But actually, if you'd run this story or done this story yourself, you might have not been given access as a royal correspondent on that key tour and to that key interview.
That's a possibility. I think that you're so busy on the royal beat. I really can't tell you how busy a beat it is. 1 minute, your head's being turned in one direction. Fergie's having her toe sucked by a financial advisor. William's doing this thing. There's a divorce. There's a disaster. The castle's on fire. People are leaving the royal family. I mean, it is an incredibly busy beat, and there is not time to go through or discover 5,000 documents and then analyse them. There simply isn't.
Do they do a good enough job, though, of scrutinising the monarchy, royal correspondents, Jenny Bond?
I think in general, yes. But I think it's up to current affairs programmes to do exactly what dispatches have done, because they have the time, they have the team to do it.
Jenny, stick with us, but I do want to bring in, if we're talking about, the role of royal correspondents, I'm interested in royal coverage across the Atlantic. It's not obviously just the legacy media who are interested in all things royal. I'd like to bring in Kinsey Schofield, Los Angeles-based host of the podcast To Die For Daily, Die being spelled D-I, like Princess Diana. Kinsey, you also have your own YouTube channel, Kinsey Schofield Unfiltered, both of which cover the latest royal news, and you're a commentator on TV, Talk TV and Fox News. Just tell me, in the last few minutes that we've got, when did you first become interested in the British royal family?
Oh, I would say as a child in the South, that was something that we were all very fixated on. I did want to say, in regards to the story we've been covering, while 13 million people across social media, engaged in this most recent documentary, 17 million people watched Harry and Meghan live. And I think one of the answers to your question, why is this not getting more attention, is because our attention spans are so small and we fixate on the petty. And I mean, I don't know if Jenny would agree with me, but if Meghan Markle walks outside, that's breaking news in this arena. And I wonder if, because sometimes the focus is so shallow, and especially when it comes to American media covering the royal family, if these serious stories get buried based on the clickbait.
And do you ever, Kinsey, do negative stories? Do you cover them, negative stories about the royals? And how does that go down with your audiences?
I do. I was critical of the Prince and Princess of Wales when they released the Mother's Day photo. I thought it was a PR nightmare, and I received a lot of negative feedback at the time. It's a polarizing topic to cover. It feels like you have to pick a side, and if you don't pick a side, you're considered the enemy. But if I do see a misstep, I do try to point it out.
And I've got to ask, we haven't got very long, but I'm always intrigued by why somebody American would get excited and interested in the royals and end up covering them. How did you carve a role for yourself in the US? I mean, you flew yourself to London on your own dime, I think, in order to get into this business. Tell me about that.
Several times, yes. My credit card has some thoughts. I was a morning news anchor in New Orleans, Louisiana, kept sneaking royal stories into our coverage, and decided I'd launch a website and podcast because I realized that this was my passion. You've seen how polarizing our election's been, and how beautiful that you have a monarchy that everybody can get behind.
I should probably say not everybody's behind the monarchy here in the UK.
But a lot of people can get behind it. I think that that's something really admirable and beautiful, and I appreciate the tradition.
That was Jenny Bond and Kinsey Schofield talking to me about all things royal. But I'm afraid that is it for this week. Thank you so much for your company. Goodbye.
Rouge from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 002 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Star Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. God, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
This is Starr Radio UK.
The best radio show.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car,
At work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK. Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Though your heart is aching, smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and The Morning Show. The Morning Show.
This is Starr Radio. This is UK. Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
Welcome.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
This is Starr Radio UK.
And let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth and those of you on other planets as well. I want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Star Radio UK Thursday edition of the morning show. I remain yours sincerely, the one and only Archie. Thank you very much for joining us. And as I would say, just bear with me. Yes, I've got some cold, something that is going around, so that's why for the past week I couldn't come your way. But I'm here, and one of the prescriptions is to keep my head warm. But you cannot keep the studio warm because of all the machines that is being used here, so you have to keep it cool. So is it the contrast? Yeah, so I have to put something on. Yeah, so bear with me. Okay, good. But let me say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. I want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the 7th of November 2024 morning show, exactly at 11 o'clock. Let me say good morning to my colleague and co-presenter, Mr. Olayomi, Koiki, to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy, who's seen to it that everything is moving on swiftly. And let me also take this opportunity to say massive good morning to the one and only Bishop Adeshina, Anthony Adedeji, Aziz. Massive good morning to you all. Special good morning also goes to Perry. Yes, thank you very much for a good work done today, this morning. And then special good morning also once again goes to the one and only Kojo D. Felix, Mr. Frank Davis. Massive good morning to you all, gentlemen. I hope you're all doing very, very well. But do me a massive favor, share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them all to like our pages as well. This is Star Radio UK, and I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
Okay, so from now till just gone after 12, I'll be bringing you everything from archaeology to zoology if it's making the headlines. Hopefully, we should have Mr. Olayomi Koiki, if time permits him, to join us to bring you all the updates from Nigeria. Yesterday, he was home and therefore was able to bring us one live. But if not, whilst on his errands, he will do his best to pop in and bring you those updates. However, he's posted some comments, some of the stories, sent some stories to me that we're going to be looking at after the death of Lagbaja. What has the security apparatus in Nigeria got in stock? Can the president do anything otherwise? The new Chief of Defense Staff, is it going to be operating differently from how Lagbaja was operating? And will it have better impact? What is his legacy? A lot more going to be coming your way from there. So wherever you are, don't you go away. This is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. The quote for the day this morning says, a key to treating people right is understanding them, and the best way to do that is to imagine yourself in their place. And that is quite an interesting one. Do we do so? Well, if we don't, where to a white is always enough. And I hope that it's enough for you. Okay. And so good morning to Atakofi. I hope you are doing very, very well as well. Okay. Now, when it comes to the weather front, it's been quite, here in London, it's been quite, cloudy, and the temperature is not as bad or as low as supposed to be the average for this time of the year. But today, the temperature is going to be 14 degrees. The low is going to be 8 degrees. UV level is going to be low. Pollution is going to be low. Sunset 16:22, and sunrise for tomorrow morning 07:06 hours. Okay, when it comes to the travels as well, on the underground, no events there. London Overground, good service. DLR, London Tramlink, good service. Major roads in London, good service. No exceptional delays. London Cable Car, no exceptional delays. London, the river bus, no exceptional delays there, bringing us straight to the final segment of the travel up. That's the National Rail. On the National Rail as well, Island Line, London Northeastern Railway, Northern Rail, ScotRail, Transport for Wales have all got special service, and that's where we will say keep your eyes on the roads wherever you are as we keep you navigated. Our promise, our bond. This is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. On Thursday, the 7th day, where the Governor of the Bank of England is set to revise the interest rate, as whether it's going to be going up, going to be staying there, up or up. I'm sure that it wouldn't go up. Maybe it's staying there, or maybe dropping by a quarter of a percent. So let's see what is going to happen there. We're going to be telling you more about all that. But let's take a quick commercial break. We come back and I'll take you straight to the Global Trotting, where we'll be bringing you all that you need to know pertaining to what is happening in Nigeria this morning, and then move on to other parts of the world. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say order, you say fire.
Well, Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time down to 6 minutes past the top of the hour, and let's go global trotting. Okay. Yeah, just bear with me, with my clocking nose and everything that we're doing our best to bring you everything that you need to know. Okay. Unfortunately, Yomi is being caught up in some busy schedule, so he will not be able to come on live. But hey, whatever it is, don't you worry. I'm going to make sure I bring you everything that you need to know from archaeology to zoology. So let's go. First of all, bring you all the details from Nigeria. Okay. Marketers Dangote fight in court over control of petrol market, and Harris concedes at Tinubu's world leaders hail Trump. Tinubu governor CDS others Mon Lagbaja, as we did talk about yesterday after the announcement of his passing. Obasanjo Jonathan Tambuwa Igbindion Odigi others celebrate Obaseki, and government begins disbursement of 75 billion naira loans to MSMEs. Well, at times those loans, I say, it's all well and good, but we give them the necessary support to make sure that whatever investment that they are putting those monies in are lucrative or are able to yield the necessary results, and if need be for diversification. Do we stand with these individuals to do so? We don't. We just give them the money and then they go. And when they do 1, 2, or there's some just go blow the money or stuff like that. Are we there to hold their hands, to guide them to do so? It's easier to give somebody the money, and then when they are desperate, they will do anything with it. Well, so coming away from Starr Radio UK, in other parts of Africa as well, 9 most affected countries in the mpox receives vaccines. We'll be looking at that. South Africa closes main border with Mozambique, citing safety concerns. We'll be looking at that as well. Britain, okay. Let's move on from there. Drones beat logistical challenges to deliver of medical supplies in Kenya. So if it's doing well, why not? That's a good one there. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In other parts of Africa still, election 2024, some KNUST lecturers endorse Mahama, and that will be quite a different one. If you look at the election that took place in in the US, and the fact that celebrities were all over the place endorsing Kamala, and then it came and Kamala was on the ground. Well, some would say the policies that were being championed were not one that actually seemed to have sort of resonate with their quests. Okay, so let's see whether endorsements are good. You know what I mean, you put your money where your mouth is, so you don't get it. NDC MPs occupy majority side in Parliament again. And what has been the result of that? Over $14.6 million, 2.4 million pounds, and 167.8 million Ghana cedis found in dormant account at Bank of Ghana. Oh, if it's a dormant account, then that's good. Ghana has got some money, right? What is it going to be used for? Okay. Now, in other stories making the rounds there as well, moving on straight to other parts of the world. Well, in other parts of the world, Trump's prepared to appoint top jobs after Harris vows to help transition. Well, Trump would say whether you vow to transition, help to bring about a peaceful transition or not. Well, I know I've gotten this, and virtually we are left with the House of Representatives. If they manage to get the full listen, they are gone. They are gone. He wields the power to create and to uncreate or to destroy. Yeah, he's gotten all those powers. He's got the courts, the judges on his side and everything. Oh boy. Okay. In other stories there, still coming your way from Starr Radio UK. European leaders face up to Trump's victory at a Hungarian summit. Viktor Orban, we know him. A German coalition collapses after Scholz fires key minister. Okay, we will tell you more about that, the impact of that. The day before yesterday, we had the Israeli Prime Minister firing the defense minister, and that brought about some chaos there. But we'll be telling you more about all that the next moment after we've gone to bring you the details from Nigeria. Adopted children to have closer contact with birth families. Letterbox contact is outdated, a report says, and face-to-face contact should be encouraged if safe. Well, so can you just imagine? Can you give me your thoughts about that? Because at real time we were looking at that, and I had one of ours, that is one of our presenters, who said that he would not go look for his birth parents, but he'd rather stay and let his adopted parents know that he really loves them, the fact that they took him in and have cared for him, and whatever he is, he owes it to them. But what I think, maybe you are not, and then you are adopted, okay, and would you want to say, yeah, I want to see my birth parents, and then the next moment you see them and you think, the one who took care of you, yeah, what would that be? I want to know your take. Sainsbury's and M&S, one budget may push up prices. And when they push up prices, what does that mean? It means that the whole prices, the interest rate has a tendency of going up, because that is all that it brings there. This and a lot more going to be coming your way from there. Tenants may not be able to buy new council homes, Reina is saying. Why? And the first one that I brought your way, the Bank of England poised to cut UK interest rate for second time this year. So let's see. This is a lot more going to be coming your way. Let's take a quick break, and once we come back, I take you to what is happening from Nigeria, from the Dangote and marketers all in court. You have any statement or anything pertaining to that, you can start sharing with us, and I promise to bring it out your way. Stay tuned, don't you go away.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
You are listening to Starr Radio Morning Show.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. I bring you the time now to a quarter past 11. And it is the favorite African and Caribbean radio station. I am your sincerely Archie. Okay, now let's move on. Now from Nigeria, if you are listening to us from Nigeria this morning, what are the prices, the current prices for fuel? With everything that is going on, the banter between Dangote and oil marketers, what do you think? What do you think is happening? Those and the downstream, what is happening there? We're going to be looking at that. And then, as I did say, after the demise of Lagbaja and appointment of a new and acting chief of defense staff, what do you see? What do you see? Do you think he's going to be performing better looking at his CV? Or what do you think is going to happen there? So let's kick off from the courts. 3 major oil marketers, AYM Shafa Limited, AA Rano Limited, and Matrix Petroleum Services Limited, are fighting back in court against Dangote Refinery over the control of Nigeria's petrol import market. The oil marketers contend that granting Dangote this monopoly could destabilize the nation's energy sector, driving up prices and increasing economic hardship. The marketers have asked the Federal High Court in Abuja to dismiss a suit filed by Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals. They argue that Dangote Refinery cannot meet the daily fuel demands of Nigeria, noting that competition in fuel imports help keep prices manageable. Now, the question is, after the government gave Dangote the chance to buy, or the local refineries to buy the crude oil in naira, not dollars, has that, in the fourth position, brought the price of petrol products down? Or are we not experiencing it yet, and therefore it's just a matter of time before we see it, so that Dangote's petrol or petrochemical products are going to be more, cheaper than those ones that are being imported into the country? I want to know what you think about that. Let me know it. You can post it on our YouTube channel, or post it on our Facebook, or any other platform that we are broadcasting on, or you can even call in. I should be able to allow you to do so. You can call me on 0208-133-2257. Okay, just call me on that, or you can Skype at Starr Radio UK. Our Skype ID is Starr Radio UK 1. If you do so, I'll be able to allow you in. As I did say, Mr. Olayomi Koiki cannot be with us. The market contend that relying solely on one company should result in supply shortages and put the nation in jeopardy. Will it? Can it? Because the issue is, if Dangote is saying that if they go full scale, what they are actually refining in call it a day, should be able to supply the whole of Nigeria, and if you have excess, to supply to the sub-region as well. So, but again, where I seem to side with the oil marketers, the 3 major oil marketers, or the oil marketers, is that now, should something go on at Dangote Refinery, let's say today something happens, like we've had blackouts in Nigeria. So let's say something, I mean, these are machines, something can happen, and then boom, it cannot work the way it's supposed to. Wouldn't that create an automatic shortage in the country? And would that, leaving Dangote to fly solo or having monopoly over fuel production or supply in Nigeria, wouldn't that be that he now controls? He can decide, go to sleep and wake up this morning, I've increased the petrol prices by 10 naira, and nobody can say anything. Because if you say, no, we won't go and buy it, that means that day or that week, because it doesn't take just a day for you to import fuel, finished product from the Netherlands or whichever countries, some are leading from Malta to Nigeria. So what do you think is happening? But again, so should they limit the amount of fuel that is being finished product that's being imported into Nigeria? So let's say if they were importing up to, call it, I'm not sure of the figure, so just using it as an example, let's say 100,000 barrels of finished product. Okay, so let me call it petroleum. Petrol spirit, okay, or that's petrol a day. Now, do you think that maybe they should say that they will only allow them to import maybe 30% of that? That's 30,000 a day, so that the 70,000 caters for what Dangote is doing, so that at least we know that it's going to give jobs. It's already created jobs, and we have the truck drivers who will be able to be moving it up and down, and those who have to constructing pipes or depots to be able to be transmitting those fuel from the refineries to the various pumping stations. So what do you think is going on exactly? Is that Dangote being fair to these oil marketers? Because I've been saying it all along. When it started, I said, what is that going to bring? Because there are people who are importing the finished product, and that has been their industry. They are making lots of money. So the moment you come in to say that, look, we're not going to be allowing you to do that any longer, or we're going to curtail or bring down the amount that you are able to import every day, definitely you are hitting their personal economy, and they wouldn't stand for that. And that is what has started. But the marketers, in a joint counter affidavit marked FHC ABJCS 2024 and dated November 5, 2024, which was a response to an originating summons filed by Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals, argued that granting the application of Dangote Refinery will not mean the country's oil sector. They emphasized that the plan to monopolize the oil sector is a recipe for disaster in the country. The Dangote Refinery, in its originating summons dated September 6, has sued Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority and Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation Limited, AYM Shafa, and a few of them, 7 defendants respectively. The refinery had prayed the court to declare that the NMDPRA violated Section 317, Subsection 8 and Subsection 9 of the Petroleum Industry Act by issuing licenses for the importation of petroleum products. It said that such licenses should only be issued in circumstances where there is a petroleum product shortfall. So let's take it this way. Whatever they are getting and whatever prices that they are getting the finished product, can they get it at the same price from Dangote's refinery after he's gotten everything, so that it's like he is now his refinery will be like that of what is in the Netherlands, where they are importing from, or whatever country that they are importing from, so that they can make the money that they want from there. What do you think? It's quite an interesting one, isn't it? It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Yesterday we did talk about Tinubu congratulating the US president. Then we asked the question, what's the relationship going to be like there? Would that foster more? Because remember back in the day when we had the former president, what is his name again? During the first tenure of Trump, government. Okay, the first tenure, he's now going to go to the second tenure. We had the Nigerian president who was then went and then didn't have any book or any. I mean, they came to sit there, no notepads to write anything, and they went for a high delegation meeting. And I don't know, maybe they had recorders who were recording it, but they didn't come to the forefront. But people were thinking that you're going to sit, and they have got all their people there taking notes and stuff like that. But you went to sit there and they didn't have anything of the sort. So they didn't take the Nigerian leader at the time, serious. So what do you think is going to happen now? Are we going to see something different from that? Well. It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. This is the Thursday edition of the morning show. Okay, now let's move on to the passing of Lagbaja. President Bola Tinubu on Wednesday directed the Nigerian national flag be flown at half-mast for 7 days across the country to mourn the passing of the late Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tarid Lagbaja. The late Army Chief, appointed by Tinubu on June 19, 2023, was said to have passed away on Tuesday night after a prolonged illness. The president's directive was conveyed through a statement signed by his special advisor on information and strategy, Mr. Bayo Ononuga, titled Announcement for the Passing of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tarid Lagbaja. It read, President Bola Tinubu's Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces regret to announce the passing of late Lieutenant General Tarid Lagbaja, Chief of Army Staff, at age 56. He passed away on Tuesday night in Lagos after a period of illness. President Tinubu expresses his heartfelt condolences to the family and the Nigerian Armed Forces during this difficult time. Now, we did talk about it yesterday, but following the announcement, the president rescheduled the Federal Executive Council meeting to a later date, announcing the postponement of the FEC meeting. The Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, told the State House correspondent that a new date will be announced for next meeting. Idris said today's Federal Executive Council meeting has been postponed. This is to mark the demise of the late Chief of Army Staff, General Lagbaja. The nation is in mourning. The president and the entire government are mourning. He was a very resourceful officer who did his best to fight insurgency in this country. And for his many achievements, he succeeded while serving this great nation. As a mark of respect, Mr. President has directed that the FEC meeting be postponed. That was yesterday. In another statement, Ononuga said, initially scheduled for today, the council meeting was postponed in honor of Lieutenant General Tarid Lagbaja, Chief of Army Staff, who passed away on Tuesday night. After the announcement of the postponement, the council chamber, Vice President Kashim Shettima led other council members to observe a minute silence in honor of the departed Army Chief. Shettima has also announced that the ministers will proceed to Tinubu's official residence to pay him a condolence visit. Now, this is a loss not only to the president or the immediate family, but also to the nation. Let's do so as a family, as this is a proper things to do. The Chief of Army Staff, the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, will congregate all of you to the residence, he said. Well, so they had to go to the president's, is it the presidency? Yes, the presidential villa to go and meet the president there. My apologies for that. Just bear with me. As I did say, I'm under the weather, recouping, but just bear with me. This is Starr Radio UK. At 28 minutes past the top of the hour, in other stories, the former President Olusegun Obasanjo, former First Lady Dame Patience Jonathan, former Governor of Sokoto State and Senator for Sokoto South Aminu Tambuwal, and former Governor of Edo State Chief Lucky Ibiodion Wednesday took turns pouring economic encomium on the Edo State Governor, Mr. Godwin Obaseki, for his sterling and impactful leadership in Edo State over the last 8 years. Odegi Oyegun, the former national chairman of the APC and former governor of Edo State, was among other prominent leaders who hailed Obaseki's leadership. The leaders celebrated the governor for his commitment to the welfare of the Edo people. He prioritized nuanced reforms and projects across various sectors of the state economy, including health, education, economy, infrastructure, which has significantly impacted and improved the lives of Edo citizens. So if you hail from that part of the country, how do you see it? How do you see it? They spoke when the governor led them to commission the newly rebuilt, expanded 250-bed Stella Obasanjo Hospital, the creche, and the food court at the State Secretariat complex, among other projects in Benin City, the Edo State's capital. Now, others at the event include the Minister of Health, Professor Muhammad Ali Pate, represented by the Chief Medical Director of the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, Professor Darlington Obaseki, the Edo State First Lady, Mrs. Betsy Obaseki, Chief of Staff of the Edo State Governor, Osiagbo Eyoha, former First Lady of Cross River State, Obioma Imoke, wife of the candidate of the People's Democratic Party in the 2024 governorship election, Ifeanyiwa Igodalo, a provost of the Edo State College of Nursing Science, and Professor Patricia Ukegwe, member of the state's executive council and traditional rulers, among others. Well, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, while commending Governor Obaseki for his multi-sectorial reforms over the last 8 years, described the governor as a builder who has impacted the lives of his people. He said, "Thank you for remembering my late wife, Stella Obasanjo. I was here before and I'm coming here now. What I see is lovely. You are not only a builder, but you are a reformer who has positively impacted the lives of people." But the question is, for the fact that he named that particular hospital after the wife of Obasanjo, would Obasanjo have made that statement? Or truly, if you are listening to us, you think Obaseki is 1 in a million? If you think so, let us know. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. One other story, then we live there in Nigeria. The Nigerian military has identified a new terror group operating in Kebbi and Sokoto State. This was made known on Thursday by Zagazola Makama, a Lake Chad Basin counter-terrorism and insurgency expert, in a post on his X handle, citing a statement by Major General Edward Buba, Director of Defense Media Operation. According to the statement, the terror group is reportedly affiliated with jihadi factions in Mali and Niger, raising security concerns in the western region of the country. Makama stated that Buba linked the emergence of the group to political instability in Mali and Niger, which he said had fueled the spread of extremist elements into Nigeria. This group is a direct fallout of the political instability in these neighboring countries, Buba explained. Now, it's quite an interesting one. It's quite an interesting one because you look at all that and you ask yourself the question, has the ECOWAS, that the sub-regional body, failed in its quest to create a formidable presence, militarily present, to be able to fight against these insurgents, or what exactly has happened there? Well, I don't know, but well, if you know it, share with us and let us know your thoughts about it. But this is Starr Radio UK. Let's take a quick break. We come back. I take you to other parts of the world. You know, I'm coming down. My nose is all getting clogged up again, but just bear with me. Just bear with me. Thank you.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London at exactly 11:34, whilst we continue to bring you everything that is making the rounds this morning. Stay tuned, don't touch the dial. Okay, now moving on to other parts of Africa as well. Kenya is improvising, so drones are beating logistical challenges to delivery of medical supplies. That will bring create jobs, right? Okay, so instead of using bicycle or kakenepe or whatever, if the drones can work, why not? But bad weather and poor roads can make getting life-saving drugs to remote parts of Kenya a challenge. Now, a company is taking the skies with drones to deliver medical supplies to those in need and doing it more quickly. Now, rains actually make access to these facilities via traditional modes of delivery very daunting, said Samuel Sineke, pharmacist and partnership director of Zipline. We are able to overcome these barriers, leveraging aerial logistics to serve people even when they are not able to access essential commodities via traditional ground transport. In Kisumu County, a drone carrying HIV drugs and testing kits is heading to a remote village where a football match is taking place on outreach event supported by Zipline. Now, while HIV prevalence in Kenya among adults aged between 15 and 49 has declined from 9% in 2000 to 4.3% in 2021, Kisumu remains a hotspot for youth infections. HIV patients need to take their medicines every day at a particular time. Failure to do so can lead to viral resistance, said Seneca. Well, but they are doing all that. Let's see. Can other African countries take a leaf from their books so that medical care, which is one of them, because a healthy people makes a wealthy nation. Because if your people are healthy, they are now able to go about their economical duties, and then they'll be making some money. You are able to tax them, and you make some money there. But when your people are all ill, a majority of them are ill, and a handful of people are the ones who are only working, then you have a massive problems on your hand. But what do you think? In Equatorial Guinea, Director General of National Financial Investigation, Baltasar Ngonga, has been arrested following allegation that he recorded more than 400 explicit videos featuring the wives of prominent public figures in the country. The scandal emerged during a separate investigation into fraud allegations against Ngonga, age 54, when authorities uncovered a trove of CDs containing explicit material during searches of his home and office. Among the people implicated in the recordings are high-ranking official spouses, including the wife of the Director General of Police, close family members, and relatives of senior government figures, including the sister of President Teodoro Obiang Nguema Mbazogo and the spouses of multiple government ministers. The video reportedly features encounters in various locations, including Ngonga's office, sometimes with the national flag visible in the background. The recordings were reportedly consensual, but have since been leaked online, leading to widespread public outrage and intense scrutiny from local media. Reports by Ahora EG described the revelation as unprecedented in the country's history, exposing what is called flagrant violation of ethical standards by a senior public official. Well, he said it was consensual. So what do we do on that note if it was consensual then? It's not coming away from Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. He was so much power, right? Okay. At 11:39, let's go to Ghana as well. Let's see what is happening there. A legal practitioner, lawyer Chum Berima, has described Ghana's current government as a complex and complicated following the recent tensions between the Speaker of Parliament and Chief Justice. A speaker speaking on a radio show, sharing his views on the ongoing issues between the Speaker of Parliament, Agbang Bagben, and the Chief Justice. He expressed that the MPP government has become complex and complicated, particularly due to the current disagreement surrounding the Speaker's decisions of declaring the seat of 4 members of the Parliament vacant. He said, the government is complex and complicated because the Speaker is only using the law to work. So I see nothing wrong with it. Berima emphasized that the Speaker's actions are grounded in legal principles and questioned why there is public outcry now. Now he continued, the same law was used to judge the case of both Adwa Safo and Kennedy Japan, and nobody spoke about it. So if this issue has popped up and is using the same law to solve this one too, why are they finding problems with that? And it's quite an interesting one. Well, why are they finding problems with that? On one hand, it was good. Is it because it played into their favor or their interest? Well, it's all coming away from Starr Radio. But interestingly, when Parliament resumed again, the members of Parliament of the National Democratic Congress have occupied the majority side of the Parliament again as Parliament reconvenes today. At the Accra International Conference Center, the office of the Speaker of Parliament released a statement calling for the resumption of Parliament. This follows the indefinite adjournment of parliamentary proceedings on October 22. The Speaker of Parliament, Agbang Bagben, announced the indefinite adjournment of the Parliament due to the exchanges between lawmakers from the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress. However, in a released statement dated October 31, Parliament is set to reconvene on November 7, that's today, at 10 a.m. in the Grand Arena, Accra International Conference Center. Although some of the NDC members are present, the MPP are yet to join the sitting. The MPP MPs' absence has created a noticeable void, catching the attention of the NDC MPs. According to the NDC MPs, the absence of the MPP MPs in Parliament depicts a lack of commitment by the MPP caucus to parliamentary affairs. NDC members of Parliament for the Saboba constituency, Joseph Bukari, voiced his disappointment, deeming this absence as disappointing and disregard for parliamentary affairs, particularly at a crucial period. Now, the governing side are not serious, and we are here to do business, and they triggered the provision for the Speaker to recall us, and so we thought we would have been here. They would have been here for us to do business, but they are not here. We are not supposed to be in the chamber by 10 a.m. We are supposed to be in the chamber before 10 a.m. The Speaker comes in at 10 a.m. And so if none of them are here, then it leads us to conclude that they are not serious about government business, and they are wasting our time and Ghanaian people's time, and they were making unnecessary requests and keeping us in Parliament when we have work to do in our constituencies. The Speaker of Parliament reconvened Parliament to address pressing issues that have stalled due to recent tensions in Parliament. These pending matters including legislative reforms and budgetary allocations, among others. And despite recent confusion as to which party holds a majority in Parliament, the NDC MPs have currently occupied the majority side in Parliament, therefore asserting themselves as the majority. The NDC further highlighted the MPP's delayed arrival has further fueled parliamentary tensions. Now, they have less than let's call it exactly a month today. It will be election day in Ghana. So all that they are doing, I mean, is it that 1 month? What can they do within that 1 month? But somebody say there's lots to be done when it comes to Parliament, and therefore they're supposed to be making themselves available there. So if they're not making themselves available, then what exactly has taken place there? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and let's say good morning to Atta Kofi. Atta Kofi, I hope you are doing very well. And let me say morning to the chief of Ashama and all inhabitants of Ashama in Ghana. Massive good morning to you. So if you are listening to us from Ghana, how do you think preparation for the elections are going? How do you think the preparations are going? Well, exactly a month today, that is 7th of December, Ghana will be at the polls. Will it be smooth sailing as what we saw in the US? Though there were tensions and all sorts, and there were remarks or statements that were being made that, look, we cannot have the final the final results before the end of this week. However, everything just came together perfectly, and I would say that. Well, let's see how campaign's going, and lots more going to come your way from there. But let's touch on one other story, and then we'll go to other parts of the world. At 11:45, I'll be bringing the program to close at 12 o'clock because I'm still under the weather, but didn't want to leave you guys out. We have to be here to make sure that we so hold the banner high. Now, security experts from 10 West African countries are in Accra for a high-level conference organized by the Ghana-based NGO Center for Intelligence and Security Analysis. Now, the delegation include director generals and their representatives of security operators of Benin, Burkina Faso, Chad, Ivory Coast, the Gambia, Guinea, Liberia, Senegal, Sierra Leone, and Ghana. The two-day international conference billed for Thursday, that's today, and Friday, November 8th, at the Lancaster Hotel, Accra, is focused on the new paradigm of ensuring peace and security in Africa, the need for closer collaboration with non-governmental security and intelligence organizations. But why didn't I see Nigeria in the list of organized individuals or ES representatives coming for that meeting? Because when it comes to security, Nigeria has a big role to play. Let me say good morning to Anthony Adedeji once again. Anthony, I hope you are doing very, very well. Anthony, how is your neighborhood today after 2 days after the elections in the US? How are you feeling? Are you feeling good? Is everything calm? Okay, do you have hope in Trump? Whether you have hope or not, now he is the one who's going to be seeing you through. Let's see what that brings. We wish him all the best. Yes, maybe we might not agree with the way his presentation, but if the policies that he has are good, why not? Okay, Starr Radio UK. So security collaboration. Was it last week or last 2 weeks when we had information coming through talking about the fact that in parts of Ghana, that the northern part of Ghana, we've had some of the insurgents popping in and all sorts happening there. But, well, let's see what is happening. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Anthony, I'm glad you are doing great. Okay, now let's move on to other parts of the world. Let's look at the stories making the rounds. Germany's governing coalition has collapsed after Chancellor Olaf Scholz fired a key minister and said he will call a vote of confidence in his government early next year. The Chancellor said he had no trust in Finance Minister Christine Lindner, who heads the pro-business Free Democrats and has been part of the coalition along with Scholz's Social Democrats and the Greens. The crisis inside the coalition plunged Europe's largest economy into political chaos hours after Donald Trump's U.S. elections victory triggered deep uncertainty about the future of continent's economy and security. President Frank-Walter Steinmeier called for common sense to prevail. This is no time for tactics and squabbling, but for reasons and responsibility, he said. The so-called Traffic Light Coalition has governed Germany since 2021, and its collapse means Scholz's government no longer has a majority in parliament. The confidence vote could lead to early elections by March, although the opposition says a confidence vote should come next week, not next year. Starr said he was prepared to dissolve parliament and call early elections if the chancellor lost the vote. So what are they going to do? Are they going to be pressing on with that? Well, let's take a quick break. Let me have a sip, and then we continue with the show, the latter part of the show. There are lots happening, but I'll be bringing you all them in a moment. Stay tuned and don't go away.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio.
Okay, welcome back to the final segment of the Starr Radio UK morning show. I remain yours sincerely, the one and only Archie, at 9 minutes to the top of the hour. Okay. Well, so with what is happening in Germany this morning pertaining to the firing of the Minister for Finance, that is now bringing about Olaf Scholz, the Chancellor, losing his majority because he's fired the member of the coalition. What do you think about all that? Israel Netanyahu shows who calls the shots with gallant sacking. Now, we've known for months that there is no love between Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his new and now former Defense Minister Yoav Gallant. But this year, there have been reports of stand-up rows and shouting matches between the two men over Israel's war strategy. Now, Gallant has vastly more military experience than Netanyahu. He began his career as a Navy commander in 1977 and rose to a major general in Israel's Southern Command, overseeing two wars in Gaza between 2005 and 2010. The suspicion is that Gallant's military superiority and respect from within the armed forces grafted with his boss. In Israel's hardline government, the most right-wing in the country's history, Gallant was less hawkish than some of his fellow ministers, but he was no dove. But Hamas attack on the 7th of October, the country's biggest ever military humiliation, Gallant was initially fully behind the war in Gaza. Now, along with Netanyahu, he faces possible war crimes charges at the International Criminal Court. Now, both men rejected the allegation made by the ICC prosecutor when he sought warrant for them in May. But in recent months, as Defense Minister, Gallant argued that Israel's government should prioritize a hostage release deal with Hamas and end the war in Gaza. But he is not budging. Therefore, he says, I fire you. But it's fired him. And what else is happening there? Okay. It is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, now let's come to the US and then we can come to the UK and we can bring the program to a close. Nearly a month ago, Kamala Harris appeared on a TV show The View in what was expected to be a friendly interview aimed at pitching herself to Americans who wanted to know more about her. But the sit down was quickly overshadowed by her response to a question on what she would have done differently from the incumbent president, Joe Biden. Not a thing comes to mind. Harris' answer, which became a Republican attack ad on loop, underscored the political headwinds that her jumpstart campaign failed to overcome in a decisive loss to Donald Trump on Tuesday. Now, publicly, she conceded the race late on Wednesday afternoon, telling supporters do not despair. But soul searching over where she went wrong and what else she could have done will likely take longer as Democrats begin finger pointing and raising questions about the future of the party. But my question, or the statement that I've made along the line, is that look, Trump went into a contest with Hillary and beat her to it. Trump went into a contest with Biden and lost to it. Trump went to a contest with Kamala and beat her to it. Is it that anytime the contest is between a man and a woman, or Trump and a woman, Trump will beat the person? Now, is it that the U.S. or America is not prepared for a woman leadership? So is that you get it? So, well, we will love the women to do also, but we don't want them to come and rule over us. But in this part of the world, in the UK, oh boy, we have the women. They are so powerful, boy. Yeah. You don't want to know. But well, we'll be following this. But she's come out to say that we'll make sure that the handover transition is done perfectly. But let me see. I think I've got Felix who has joined us. Let's go to him and let's see. Hello, Felix.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon.
Yes, good morning, good afternoon to you. How are you doing, sir?
I'm okay, yourself?
Yeah. Under the weather, but we have to be here. We have to be doing our duties, so we're here. I'm glad you are on as well. Yeah.
Hopefully you get well soon.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Yes, go on, sir.
As to whether Trump will win against women candidates from the Democrats, I don't know. Time alone will tell. Maybe there's some element of truth in it, particularly if you look at certain sections within American society with what they call Latinx origins. There is a thing called it's a kind of a macho society where kind of more of a patriarchal society where it's men who lead.
Yeah,
maybe there may be some element to it there. I don't know, but that's something to be explored. I mean, having said that, Hillary Clinton got more votes than Donald Trump. Remember?
Yeah.
It wasn't because of the popularity or lack of popularity of Donald Trump that led to of Hillary Clinton that led to Donald Trump getting into the office in the first place. It had to do it had more to do with the electoral college system in the first instance. In this case, Trump won the popular vote as well as the he's won the votes for the electoral college as well. I know the electoral college is yet to sit, and then they'll count the votes, but it's unlikely that the way it's anybody in the electoral college is going to their mind some way somehow. So yeah, he's going to be the president. But I mean, look, Democrats have themselves to blame. I don't think Trump is going to do anything fundamentally different regarding the economy. He'll do what almost all American presidents have done since the days of Ronald Reagan to date. Increase the national debt, effectively removing the debt ceiling and increasing the national debt. That would then lead to a more printing of dollars into the economy. It will lead to the expansion of the economy of some sort, maybe associated with inflationary pressures. It may also not be associated with inflationary pressures. Time will tell on that. And then they will go around saying that job figures have improved. Nobody will talk about the debt ceiling when the Republicans are in government. It's no different from what happened when George Bush Jr. got into and he blew the national debt. But that's how the American economy has been run. The problem they have this time round is that for once, the Western countries have imposed sanctions on themselves. And the sanctions that they've imposed on many other countries in the world, which has caused significant economic problems for most countries in the world, particularly in developing countries, or what people now describe as the global south, done this to themselves. Why have they done this? It's because of this Ukraine-Russia war. For once, they've imposed sanctions on themselves. Their banks can't do business with Russia. Banks can they can't import cheap gas and oil from Russia. This is the sort of problems that most countries in the third world have had to put up with. Sanctions are imposed on them, and if they want to acquire something or they want to trade with the rest of the world, it becomes a bit of a problem. And that's what they are doing. They are buying Russian oil and Russian gas, but they're buying it from third parties. So importing a lot of oil from that have no history of producing a lot of these things. So it's like Turkey, places like India, and that is coming at a premium because a lot of these countries don't actually produce this stuff. They are literally buying it from countries such as Iran, where they also have sanctions against Iran for decades now. Buying it from Russia, where they also have sanctions against that country. And that is coming at a cost. And the cost is what you and I are all seeing in our shops. The increase in the prices of groceries. I guess when they were imposing these sanctions, they thought that, many people go into the shops and see anything manufactured in Russia. So Russia may not be manufacturing your producing your cornflakes, but a lot of the wheat that goes into the making of your cornflakes and your cereals come from Russia or Ukraine. If you impose sanctions on a major wheat or grain producing country such as Russia, ultimately it would affect the cost of things that you have. You may not have a washing machine manufactured in Russia. They produce a lot of steel and iron globally, which is what is used in making your domestic appliances, your washing machines, your gas cookers, your electric cookers, your home appliances that you use. So yes, you may not see a washing machine made in Russia in your house. The company that manufactures or assembles the washing machine getting the steel from somewhere, which is what is used in making your home appliances. So these things will go up, and that's what Americans are beginning to feel a pinch of. I believe an American president once said, "Is the economy stupid?" And that's where the problem is. Can't see them reducing of living because at the moment they've also decided to impose significant tariffs on imports from China. So that is also going to push up the cost of items, and the Chinese manufacture all sorts of things now, and they produce all sorts of things and export all sorts of things, including agricultural products. It's not a strange thing to find a piece of garlic or some ginger being sold in your local shop from China. So if you import the tariffs on items or things being shipped in from China, including your mobile phone gadgets and all the rest of the cost of these things will go up. At the moment, most of the Western countries, they don't have the capacity straight away start the production of these things and stop importing these things from China. Even if they want to couple themselves on the Chinese economy at all, it's going to take a bit of time because you have to allow for these companies to relocate back to the Western countries. Whether these companies want to relocate and whether they are prepared to pay a minimum of $15 an hour in the case of the United States, or in the case of the UK, a minimum of something between 11 to 12 pounds an hour do business in the UK. I don't know. It's likely that they may move from China, but they will end up in another, third world country in the world, whether it's Bangladesh or maybe India or somewhere like that. Because a lot of these countries are now addicted to high margins of profits. They are not in the business of compromising on their profit margins and move production to countries such as Germany, the UK, or France, or Belgium, or even the United States. And besides, even if they decide they want to do that, the knowledge of working in manufacturing settings in some communities and in some parts of this of the Western world, these things have been lost over the last 3 to 4 decades, because production units were moved out of the Western countries to places such as China. Of course, you don't bring these things overnight. When you have to retune a whole lot of things, your colleges, your institutions of learning, and things like that, because you require a certain level of technical expertise, not high end but mid-level technical expertise in order to do these things. Yes, they have the high end of technical expertise, the research institutions and their prestigious universities to research into these things. But after the research has all been done and things have been tested and worked successfully, you have to put them into production units, and at that level you require level technical capacity at a human resource level to put these things into mass production. And I don't think these things are there anyway at the moment. So that would take a bit of time. I don't think you'll be able to do that in 4 years. That's not possible. I mean, they've been trying that with the automobile industry in the United States. Most often than not, what these companies do is they shift production from one part of Asia and bring it to Mexico. They don't really bring it into the United States. They bring it to Mexico, which is effectively across the border. But so I don't think these things can be done overnight, because there is a certain level of involved, and it's a huge cost undertaking anyway. So those are some of the things. The other issue is that, unfortunately, the Democratic Party has also changed itself to become the party of war. So it's a party that is constantly supporting war. Well, history tells us that from the 1960s to now, young people don't vote for the party of war. People from the 1960s to now, they've been on the streets, they protested on the streets against war. Happened during the course of the Vietnam War. It was young people who went on the street. The 2003 war in Iraq, young people who went on the street. So if you have become a party of war, you're literally starting war or sustaining wars or even attempting to start new ones. Don't expect young people to get out of their university campuses and their flats and wherever they are staying to come and vote for you. They may not vote for your opponent. They will not have the urge to vote for you.
Okay.
That's another way of losing election. So it's not about, a lot of people voting for your opponent. Opponent may just retain whatever vote counts they had in previous elections. But if your people won't come out there and vote for you, you will lose.
Of course.
Yes. And that's what the Democratic Party has become. Has become the party of war. And young people don't vote for the party of war. Yeah, there may be some young people who vote for the party of war, but young people generally don't go out there and vote for the party of war. You may call them naive, may call them unrealistic, you may call them idealist. Usually young people, for whatever the reason may be, found something distasteful or distraction and the use of weapons, killing people, for which they cannot be convinced the reason why this sort of war should go on. And unfortunately, that's what the Democratic Party has become. I don't know why they thought that you'll get a lot of young people voting for them. No matter whether they are some people of foreign origins who have chosen to reside in the United States. Some people don't vote for party.
Who starts war?
Pro-war parties. It's as simple as that. Maybe the senior generation may have a different view, but I'm not part of the senior generation yet. I'm more part of the younger generation than the senior generation. And the young people, they don't vote for party of war. Finally, I think the Democratic Party has been obsessed too much with this issue of sex identity, these things. I know there are people who've had to, deny them their identity in public and all the rest of it because of victimization and all the rest of it. But look, leave us alone to manage how we use our private parts, for want of a better expression. It's not the business of the state or even the business of our parents presenting adults how we use our private parts. So all these things about, you know, gay and transgender, frankly, some people have had too much of it.
Yeah.
It's like things are being shoved down their throats. You have to accept this. You know, and you know, most people don't wake up in the morning going out there. I dislike, you know, somebody because of their sexual orientation. People have important things to. Not saying these things are not important, but people have things to deal with. You know, struggling to pay the rent.
Yeah.
They have a place to live at home.
Yeah.
Struggling to hold on to their mortgage.
Yeah.
Job insecurity. In some cases, in the case of America, the fact that people are living on the edge, they are one diagnosis away from bankruptcy because they don't have universal kind of healthcare system. We may have our own problems with our NHS system here, maybe the waiting times and things like that. But at least when you have a critical condition, you know somebody will provide some care for you. In America, it can be a bit challenging. Sometimes you are riding on the verge of bankruptcy, just as one diagnosis away. But when the whole argument, you know, becomes of that, for some people it becomes a bit off-putting. Do I think Mr. Trump will do any better? Frankly, no. He's not going to do any better.
Yeah, of course. But do you think that
he's not going to do any better?
Do you think that Kamala can come back?
I don't know whether she can come back or not. I mean, when you suffer such devastating loss, what tends to happen in the American system is that usually they produce their presidents from the various states as governorships. You know, so somebody may be a governor in Alaska, or like in the case of Sarah Palin, or somebody may be a governor in Arkansas, like the case of Bill Clinton, or somebody may be, you know, a well-known senator in Illinois, in the case of Barack Obama. But when you have the Democrats, unfortunately, over the last few years, they've not paid attention to these things. So there are more Republican governors than Democrats at the moment, and that's where you sort of build up these big names. But having said that, we've had, you know, people who are congressmen who have ended up becoming like the late John F. Kennedy. But America is a very strange country now.
Oh, of course.
Very strange country because, unfortunately, even though it's a developed country, and I say this with all due respect, most Americans are ignorant about the rest of the world.
Oh, of course, they are.
Most of them are ignorant about the rest of the world. So the things that maybe you and I will consider when it comes to voting for somebody in this country to become an MP or maybe become minister if their party becomes the majority in parliament. I'm sure Americans have the tools to assess that sort of
they don't
process that sort of information before they make a decision.
They don't.
And that was very evident when they were sent to war in Iraq, and a lot of them didn't even know where Iraq was. So I don't expect that situation to change in the next 4 years, particularly sort of media environment we have nowadays, where anybody can set up a YouTube channel and just a matter of months, maybe a few years, they have huge following.
Any this thing.
And so, yes, and I've not lived in an American society, so it's not for me to tell them how they should think or shouldn't think.
Of course.
But I find it a very a society where you are not at the age of 21, you won't be sold alcohol, but you can walk into a shop and at the age of 16 buy a gun. It's something that is, you know, for somebody who's grown up in a different part of the world rather than the United States, doesn't make sense to me. But it makes sense to them. It's not a society that it's not a society that I understand. She can make a comeback because, frankly speaking, Trump is a one-off.
Yeah, of course,
And remember, the sort of things he says, if other politicians should say, that would be the end of their political career. He has this group of people who will stand by him whatever he says. And that block is always there. It seems like at least 70 million people within the American electoral system believe whatever comes out of his mouth.
They do.
So all it needs is get another 5 to 10 million and to add to that number, it's pretty much on the verge of gaining the White House.
Yeah.
If you have that, then you are pretty much close to
getting the White House.
Winning elections. Yeah, but look, the guy is going to 80. 4 years from now, whether they will back on this decision and regrets, I don't know. But it's happening to Biden now. It will happen to him. But as we all age, we lose our memory. He may still be okay because there are people in their 90s who are still sharp. May still be okay. But when they had the second presidential debate with Kamala Harris, that Kamala was sharp on the points of discussion during the course of the argument, and it was beginning to rumble. We tells you that he was beginning to show signs of somebody who, attention to detail was becoming a bit of a problem. And when you are in a position like this, detail becomes important. But if he gets, he will get into the White House. So when he gets into the White House, we get a whole lot of people who will speak on his behalf. The one who is occupying the White House now hardly does any press conferences. People speak on his behalf most of the time. But ultimately, that is it's a negative, because at some point in time, you are the top person when it comes to decision making. If you are not up to date with the details, or like they say, the small print, it will begin to haunt you in office. But good luck to them.
Well, good luck to them. Finally, before you go, what do you think? How should African countries brace themselves? Or prepare themselves so that it can impact them positively or negatively? How do you see them?
I think African countries shouldn't worry. They should go on and look for other options. Let's be honest. Most African countries now, financial support, our trade is coming from China. The honest truth of the matter. So let's see how best we can build relationships with those countries. And because let's be honest, the so-called Anglophone countries, how many of them are sending their presidents and prime ministers to London for financial support nowadays?
None.
Oh, and when we want to build bridges, when we want to build seaports, when we want to build airports, when we want to build stadia for sporting facilities, when we are looking for power generation plants and things like that, it's China we go to nowadays. So it's our best to make our relationship with the Chinese better than what we had with the people who colonized us for 400 years. Yes, it's our best to make the best out of those relationships. It's our best we are able to trade amongst ourselves and cut our heavy reliance on some of these Western countries, particularly when it comes to the use of their currencies for international trade, because that has also been a problem. If you take our country, the Ghana and Nigeria, for instance, one of the biggest problems we have is the amount of money we have to ship out to go and import things from the West. Just get foreign currency and put in our financial reserves. So it's not going to make the attitude of the Americans aren't going to change. It will be what it has been over the years. If you disagree with them, they will find a way to overthrow your government or make life uncomfortable for your people, whether in terms of sanctions, whether in terms of initiatives that will be taken against your country, isolationist policies and things of the sort. So that's not going to change. That has happened under Democrats. That has happened under Republicans. It's not going to get any better. It's up to us to forge our own way. If you look at most countries in the world after these elections, a lot of people will say that we just find a way to have sort of working relationship with whoever is in charge. Because people have come to the consensus that it really doesn't matter who is in the White House. American foreign policy will be what it is.
Of course, I agree with you.
American foreign policy will be what it is. Yes, maybe Trump is a little bit more blunt. He says things that possibly maybe other politicians say, but will say in a slightly different diplomatic way.
But they are saying the same thing.
But otherwise, American foreign policy is not going to change. The only issue I have is some of the brothers and sisters who possibly are in the process of processing their, shall we say, documentation or yet to get their documentation. I don't know what fate hold for them.
I agree with you there.
I know, because in some cases you probably know of brothers who have been there in some cases for years, maybe even over a decade, and they're still in the process of trying to, shall we say, regularize their situation. I don't know what is awaiting them. I'm not sure whether life will be the same for them in terms of getting out and doing things that normal people do. Maybe going to work if you have one, into the shop to get your groceries, catching a train here and there. I don't know what awaits them in the next few months, in the next few months, because it's not going to get into power till January, if I'm not mistaken.
If
so
anything,
I don't know what awaits them, but we can only pray for them.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Felix,
have a good day.
Yeah, thank you very, very much. Have a good day too. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Felix all the way in Aberdeen, bringing his take on what is happening globally from the US and what the impact is going to be on other parts of the world. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be running up the program, as I did say, a bit under the weather, but hey, we have to be here to make sure that we deliver on our promises, and therefore we are here to do so. Okay, so we are going to be running up pretty soon, but wherever you are, don't you touch the dam. Now, the final story that I'm looking at is from the Bank of England, and it says, well, for those of you, those who are doing savings and stuff like that, you know that is not good news for you. But those who have loans and mortgages is a good news for you. But as whether you're going to even feel it right now in your pocket is another thing. But the Bank of England has cut interest rates to 4.75% in the widely expected move. It is the second cut in the base rate this year. It came down from 5.25 to 5 in August. The bank base rate heavily influences the cost of borrowing, including mortgages. A lower rate is supposed to encourage consumer spending. The Chancellor Rachel Reeves welcomes the cut, but she says it's under no illusion about the scale of challenge facing households. The Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey says it is likely that interest rate will continue to fall gradually from here on, but as inflation needs to stay close to 2% target, and then we can experience all that. Let me say thank you very much to each and every one of you tuned in this morning to listen to us. Bishop Adeshina, thank you very much, and to your colleagues at the RVS office in Lagos, Nigeria, I salute each and every one of you, and to the DJ, and all of you wonderful people at Akofi, and all you wonderful people, I say have a top of the day. But I cannot sign out without bringing you a nice tune, and this is from Atakofi, and it says Shida, it's in Ghana, that says Thanksgiving. Who do we give thanks to? To the Almighty God, of course. All right, then. When that song ends and you don't hear from me, it's with me, Archie saying, have a top of the day. Until I come your way tomorrow morning, God willing. Bye-bye for now.
Ma woman tabosi akodromo komo bonamo fata wohi no ko wono o na file te bani na ho. Yes way.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7. Thanks for listening. Thanks for listening.
Yes way. My way. One no kojo. One no febo kojo. Osasi dada. Jewa wanda bosida. Sida sabwe. Osasi dada. One febo kojo. Osasi dada. Yo wae mukubeni tamo bokra. Sida sabwe. Osasi dada. Afete mofia muneni na bida. Afete keba. Side mofia muneni na bida. Keye wala mi kometole. Mazi oyida. Keye wala mi kometole. Mawo no gojo. Mawo. afe bogoto afe tekeba anyemi side mofia munenina bida afe tekeba anyemi side mofia munenina.
Thanks for listening.
Adana nyumoe atobo wata bono atobo na tenkoti ejene fejumo oye muano ao womi dabo sida womi febokoto osasi dada moko benita mobue bono leno yowa leno esasi dada sida sabue osasi dada afete keba mofia munenina bida afete keba anyemi side mofia munenina bida keye wala min kometole mazi oyida wala mliye wala ife no fia anyemi keye wala min kometole wadale siye wala mliye wala ife no fia wala min kometole wadale siye